Alright then, let's have a look at this. This will be a bit of interest, or whatever. You might hate me for pointing something out, either way. Right then, coronavirus, COVID-19 pandemic. Now, deaths, yeah, are 8,958. Now, I'll just show you what people do and are doing. Right, this is in Basel University Hospital, NHS dancers. Now, I don't mind key workers dancing in shops and stuff like that, and all the rest of it keeps the morale going. But to me, in hospitals where there's death right on the doorstep, right down behind their backs, I just think it's a bit, yeah. I wouldn't like blinking a family member to die in this hospital behind that blue curtain. And then you got a lot of nurses, you know, as a scenario, or in the next room, and you got a lot of nurses doing this. Yeah, so they're all having a good funky dance. Now, if they were in, like, you know, a supermarket or something like that, fair enough. But they're inside a hospital, yeah, whether it's the time off or anything. Call these lot, but anyway. And I'm not there. Oh, I'm not there. All having a good dance. Look at that. Everybody's having a good dance, look. Look at all them, look. Yeah. And this is just after a few weeks. This is 3 weeks ago. This is just 2 weeks into it, 3 weeks into it. And they needed all this morale stuff. Yeah. To keep themselves going just after a few weeks. Well, that's it too much. Yeah, we know the score anyway. Yeah, all stood out in the streets, clapping every Thursday and all the rest of it, right? NHS causes 40,000 deaths a year. Thousands of patients die every year as a result of mistakes by the NHS staff. Yeah? 40,000 deaths a year. And only 8,958 deaths of coronavirus. Why aren't they stood on the thing on every Friday demanding why there's 40,000 deaths a year? Through incompetence. Eh? Why aren't they shouting? What's going on? What's going on? Yeah? And these deaths, by the way, and they've even admitted it on national TV, the coronavirus, they attach to anything. Yeah? So if you're elderly or whatever, and you have, you know, breathing difficulties or whatever, respiratory problems or whatever, yeah, they then put it down to then coronavirus. Right? You're being had, everybody. Yeah? You're all being made to look fucking idiots and stupid, by the way. Because you're all being told to shove fucking gloves on your fucking hands that don't fucking work. Your drills don't fucking work. Yeah? And this is all to get you lot to clap an NHS that fucking fails 40,000 people a year through incompetence. Now, I have got a lot of respect for the NHS, but don't try and whamble-bamble me with your fucking figures and fake fucking systematic fucking shit from a fucking satanic fucking country, because the system in this country fucking is setting this country up for a fucking downfall. The NHS have even got it in there to screw your fucking kids before they're under 16 by giving them hormones that puts them on a death slide of 60% before they're fucking 37. Right? They are feeding death on that one. Do you get me? That alone will create more suicides, more pain. Because if you, by the time you're 37, yeah, and you've had all your trans ops and cocks cut off and tits sliced off, only about 10% of all that, yeah, survive it really. Because the other 30%, out the 40% remaining, they're either in pain all the time because the operations didn't work, or they're mentally fucked. Right? So 90% you either die or you're fucked, and only 10% survive. And that, yeah, is in your NHS. 40,000 people die a year through their incompetence. Now, you don't want to get rid of the NHS, because you'll have that same fucking figure. You have the same figure in America, by the way. Right, there we go. Not going to go into too much. Medical errors, third leading cause of death in America. Right? Medical errors, third leading cause of death in America. More than 250,000 people in the US die every year because of medical mistakes, making it the third leading cause of death. Now, the reason why I say this, medical, is all that private medical stuff all over there and all the rest of it, yeah? So it's nothing to do with the fact that it's the NHS or anything like that. There's no point in closing the NHS down or anything. It's just the incompetence that I'm on about. It has raised the issue of medical negligence in Australian hospitals. By some estimates, as many as 18,000 people die every year through medical errors. Yeah, 18,000 people. If anything, these deaths that are putting on for coronavirus, right? Yeah, I reckon they're just covering their medical fucking errors. So there's no errors then, is there? Because it's coronavirus death. Because they're attaching it to everything, by the way. So they're going to be so perfectly perfect when they're not. And you're all clapping them into perfection when they're not. Do you get me? Yeah? Clapping imperfection to create perfection is very dangerous, because they can hide the imperfections of the death rate through their incompetence and everything. Yeah? And they can pop off anybody they want to just because they can attach that to that as well. Yeah? They'll probably fucking pop me off when I go to hospital. They tried to give me death by subscribed tablets that has, right, a side effect combination that gave me the death. Well, it was actually instant death, or coma. That's the three options I had. Right? Because a big thing. That's their more whittling ways of getting rid of people. Yeah. So you can't have the money to go through the law or whatever, or the in-depth knowledge to prove death by prescribed drugs via combined side effects. Go and look it up. I've actually had it to me. Yeah. With my medical categories, having these two drugs would have created instant death, or coma bollocks. Do you get me? Yeah, that's fact, that. See where I'm coming from, everyone? This one, doctors kill more people than guns. According to the study, there are 120,000 accidental deaths caused by doctors each year. Yeah? It's the incompetence of people. And it shows how incompetent we are, because we don't believe every fucking thing. Stand on the fucking street on a Thursday and clap people who are incompetent more than a pandemic. And it shows the rebound of incompetence, because then you look everywhere else and everybody's been incompetent because the news is out there and they're still showing fucking scars around their faces and shit. Still wearing woolly gloves in a hot day. They still put the coats on with a hood up in a hot fucking day because they think they might catch something. Yeah, I'm getting fucked off, because this fucking thing is a load of bollocks. It's a load of fucking satanic bollocks. Yeah? Look into it, everybody, before they just screw the fucking shit out of the lot of you. Because they all want you to, the government's even thinking about blinking, keeping your freedoms locked up indefinitely. No beaches, no parks, no fuck all. Which will also mean no fucking football. But you watch them get away with that one. Oh, well, we've got the actual cleansing kit that's fucking worth billions, so we can fucking clean the footballers after the fucking match, or whatever bullshit they come out with. I could go into it more, but people don't believe shit. Because do you know why they don't believe shit? I'll read out something I wrote this morning. So I write loads down, so don't tell people. Yeah. Many people do not want to know the truth, because denial keeps them in comfort fear.